In this video, we want to take a look at computing a single proportion through multiple record corners. And let me set it up for you this way so you understand what we're talking about. In a previous video, we said we've got an existing line tree at this point where the cursor is, 4801, and we've got an existing corner here at the east quarter, 600, 440, and we wanted to single proportion in the 16th corner between them, right down here by 4801. Well, let's assume in this video that we didn't have the east quarter corner. So we had to go up to the next available monument, in this case 1821, which is also a line tree, and let's compute the single proportion for the south 16th on the east line, skipping through the east quarter corner, and show how that's done. So remember we used the retrace traverse and the record traverse to do the single proportion. So I've opened those traverses here. Here's our retrace traverse, and I'm going to select 4801. I'm going to hold down the control key and select 1821. So I've skipped 600, 440, which is the east quarter corner. I could just as easily have selected 4801 and gone all the way to the northeast section corner and skipped that line tree if I didn't find it. So it's really a matter of just selecting the nearest corners, existing corners, for the single proportion we want to do. So let's come back and select 4801, 1821. Let's go to Kogel, single proportion. And we see that Traverse PC has brought in 1821 as the north existing corner and 4801 as the south existing corner. So we've got exactly the information that we need. Now let's take a look at the equivalent record data for this. So I'm going to choose 4801 in the record traverse. I'm going to choose 600, 420R, which is my lost corner, and then I'm going to go up to the record data for 1821R. Now, in a previous video, we said we could potentially improve the position of record corners by recalling 1821 because it existed. Well, in this example, we're saying, no, we want the record position of 1821, not the existing position, so that Traverse BC can inverse record data and bring it into the single proportion dialog. And once again, you see we're skipping record information, so it wouldn't matter how many calls were in here. We could come all the way up to the section corner here if we needed to, where the cursor is right now. So you really could have as many record calls in here as you needed, and Traverse PC can bring those into the single proportion dialog box. So let's go ahead and choose Kogel single proportion and see what happened here. So up to the north corner, Traverse PC said, I've got to go to the east quarter corner plus that additional distance up to that line tree for a total of 1,650 feet. Down here at the south end, I said I only have to go south of this 16th corner to that next line tree, 1320, just like we did in the previous video. So I really have everything I need now to compute this corner. We could hit the summary button like we did in the previous video and create some information here and look at where Traverse PC was going to compute this point. So here's the geodetic position of the computed lost corner. Here's the coordinate position. Well, let's go ahead and simply create this point now. We're going to call this 600, 420. And like in the previous video, we went to Edit and typed in SP, so that we remember that it was created with a single proportion. We're going to save it, and then we're going to insert it back into the retrace traverse. So above the east quarter corner, we're going to press Insert and insert 600, 420. Traverse PC is going to insert that point in there for us. Let's just zoom in and see what it did here. And we can see that here's our 16th corner that got inserted just above that line tree. So I'm going to close this out again, come back to the zoom extents, and we can see that I really could include any number of record calls and go as far as I need to find an existing corner, and Traverse PC will compute that single proportion quite easily that way.